gotta be freaking kidding me. Unbelievable. Guys, this is ridiculous. Okay, so my one camera is not working. Hold on a second. We'll give it a minute here. Unbelievable. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Just let me know that you can hear me. Okay. Yep. All right, good. All right. It's using my laptop computer, which the quality is not great. I don't know why. Instead of my normal camera, I have my normal camera plugged in, but for whatever reason, it is not accepting it for whatever reason. I don't know. So I guess I have to do it this way tonight. So the picture quality is going to suck. So I apologize for that, and we'll see what happens. That is so freaking bizarre. Okay, anyway. It's annoying me, just so you know, because I'm so used to looking over here. So is it a scam or is it real, right? So we're going to be talking about that here in a minute. But no commercial this time. Oh, that's weird. I'm surprised there wasn't. I know they normally have one right in the very beginning. So anyway, we're going to talk about that in a minute. I just want to remind everybody, if we have any issues with the stream, that I will get right back on as soon as I can. So just be patient and get back. Like I said, I will reset it up and get on as soon as I can, and we'll go from there. I do not. Yeah, I tried to reboot it, but if I reboot it now, it's going to mess up the whole stream. So I'm just going to let it go, and we'll see if this, see if this is going to be okay. I mean, the picture quality is going to suck on this video. So again, like I said, I apologize for that ahead of time. But I just want to remind everybody also that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel, so please keep the chat clean. No racism, no nastiness. Just let's be decent to each other. If you decide not to follow those rules, those awesome moderators that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So just be decent, okay? All right, so that being said, let us go on with this. It's funny, if you guys remember, I kind of called this ahead of time. I said that I think what my thought was that on election night, I'm keep looking at this camera, and it's this one I need to be looking at. Hey, Domino's Pizza Boy, let it roll, brother. You're awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do. Thank you, and thank you very much for that donation. So I called this ahead of time. You can go back and fact check me and see if I'm telling the truth or not. I said election night, Trump is going to be ahead. He's going to be winning. Okay. And if you looked at everything, when all of a sudden they stopped, saying, oh, wait a minute, we're going to wait. We're going to shut everything down, and we're going to get back at it in the morning. I stayed up till almost 2 a.m. watching everything. And even to this point now, they still have not called North Carolina for President Trump, even though 100% of the votes have been tabulated. Isn't that? I find that interesting. Okay, but he was ahead in Wisconsin. He was ahead in Michigan. Now both of those have magically gone to Biden, right? Also, he was ahead by 15% in Pennsylvania. 15%. It was over 700,000 votes ahead in Pennsylvania. And all of a sudden now it's down. He's like 200,000 votes ahead at this point right now. I'm sorry, guys, but if you can't say election fraud, I don't know what to tell you. They talked about this way ahead of time. They said mail-in voting is as easy to cheat. I saw there was, now I didn't see it personally, but I heard it through different sources that there was people coming in at like 4 a.m. with the duffel bags and coolers, stuff full of ballots. So, yeah. In Pennsylvania, realistically, I mean, let's be realistic, has a history of voter fraud. So, I don't like the way this whole thing played out, especially when the president was doing so well. Domino's Pizza Boy, check out Steven Crowder's latest clip, video evidence of voter fraud in Detroit. at Cobo Hall. Okay, that's the one where the lawyers got it on video. I think that's what you're talking about, where they got it on video of them bringing in more ballots. Again, horrible, horrible situation. Very unfair as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, the president is suing stuff. Like when Biden left last night, I don't know if you guys had saw that, that like smirk on his face, and he's like, oh, we're going to win this. Like, they got that inside information. Just very nasty, dirty stuff. And like I said, I think moving forward is going to be a huge issue. Hey, Asif, this year has been so full of SH, hitting the fan. I'm expecting the fan to break soon. I can't disagree with that. This is going to be craziness moving forward. Absolute craziness moving forward. And thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for that comment as well. I do appreciate that. Guys, we're at 979 in the chat. We're at 275 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time for doing that. Also, if you, like I said, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more thumbs up we get, the better it is for the algorithms. And also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's the other part of it. So I keep looking at this camera, and I got to look at this one. I'm like losing my mind. I'm all thrown off. But anyway, again, and also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would absolutely ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So obviously, anybody saw today, we'll get back into the election here in a second. But if anybody saw today, obviously I had a guest here, a fellow YouTuber, Honey Badger, and I saw your guys' comments too, by the way. And if somebody was like, "Ooh, you like him young," Honey Badger's 42, so she's not that young, but younger than me. How about that? She's younger than me, but very, very nice young lady. And I looking forward to seeing her again. Had a great visit. We had talked about going for a ride, and so she was like, "Yes, I definitely want to ride." So that's what we did today. Had a great ride. Had a lot of fun. Very, very nice person. So, like I said, I'm looking for, and that dog is beautiful. That dog she has is just a gorgeous dog, and of course, Honey Badger is easy on the eyes too. I mean, let's not mince words. Hey, Pamela Sherry. I'm fine with splitting the country, honestly. Oh, hold on a second. I refuse to live under socialist rule. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to have, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you very much for the donation. I think we are going to have some very, very, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, we're going to have some tumultuous times moving forward. I really do. Especially this whole thing stinks of voter fraud unbelievably. Again, I don't like not knowing who the president is election night. And, there had been talk about voter fraud with mail-in ballots and the whole thing right from the very beginning. So I just definitely had an issue with it. And, it's like I said, I think the president's been cheated. That's my opinion. Wisconsin and Michigan absolutely should have gone to the president. All of a sudden he's winning by a lot in both places, and then all of a sudden, boom, then all of a sudden, you got Biden is ahead. So, and I saw one person said, Trump is a liar. Let me incite you on that. They're all liars, okay? They're politicians. That's what they do. They lie. So, if you're going to say Trump is a liar, what about Biden? He's no choir boy. And he's got a long history, plenty of video footage of him being who he really is. Okay, so let's be 100% honest with it's going to be let's separate the Dems from the Republicans and let's see who survives longer. I'm going to tell you what, and it's funny too because if you guys looked at the map for New York State, and the obviously it went Democratic. New York State always goes. I keep looking at this camera. New York State always goes Democratic every year. Never going to change. It's just the way it is. But if you look where it's blue, Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo, New York City, Albany, and the rest of the state, is all red. So, long ago, we've talked that New York State should be separated into 2 states. Let downstate do what they want to do. So much of I'm going to tell you what, guys. As a New Yorker, I've lived here most of my life. I spent a year in North Carolina, but other than that, and then in the military. But other than that, I've lived in New York. It is our tax dollars from upstate New York go to support New York City. That's where our tax dollars go, which is absolutely wrong. It should stay up in upstate New York. That's my opinion on, that's how it should be. But it's just anyway. But that happens. Not Buffalo this year, but hold on a second. Somebody said something here. Hold on, I want to read that. Not Buffalo this year, but add Ithaca to that. Oh, okay. All right. So, well, like I said, Carmella and Sanders, scary thought. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what. If they announce, obviously it looks that way, that Biden is going to win. They're still got to steal Pennsylvania, so they're working on that as we speak. And so once that is announced, which it looks like it's going to be a foregone conclusion, then obviously the fight is on, and that should be an interesting thing how that plays out. But, if it ends up being that he is the president, he won't be the president long. That's another prediction I made. 1 year. That was my guess, within 1 year. Hey, L. Gibson, anyone paying attention know this is going to happen. Doesn't change the fact that Trump showed us how corrupt the government is and who we should be worried about. You're absolutely 100% correct. You're 100% correct. They control it. They decide who wins. They can cheat. The reason that they didn't cheat in the last election, guys, because they thought Hillary was a shoo-in. And even this time, think about this. Even this time, when this whole election thing started, they had Biden so far out in front that it was going to be this landslide victory for Biden. And as of the night wore on, in all these states, Trump wins Florida. The Hispanic vote actually went more for Trump. Trump wins Texas. They were not expecting that. Okay, so this year they had their backup plan, which was the voter, registration and being able to mail in your votes. It's a great way to cheat, easy way to cheat. And, and I think that's, do you think Trump will go peacefully? That is a great question. Thank you for that question. Actually, that's a fantastic question. I think, again, my opinion only, giving you my opinion only, I think that Trump is going to fight it. And I think he should fight it because it was definitely corruption in this whole thing. So, I don't think he's going to go peacefully. Now, I think that if it runs the course, goes through the courts and does all that, and they say Biden's the winner, yes, then I think he will leave. But you know what? He's exposed Washington for what it is. It's a cesspool. And again, and I've said it before, and I'll say this again, okay? Left and right, 2 sides of the same coin, 2 wings of the same bird, okay? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter left or right who gets in. They're looking out for their special interest groups that got them elected. They are looking out for, the big business that puts all kinds of money in their pockets. So you're talking about the banks, the oil companies, the pharmaceutical companies, remember back, guys, obviously everybody remembers in 2008 when they did the bank bailout and they gave billions to the banks. I remember that, okay? And what did the banks do? And I want you to remember this, okay? What did the banks do for the average citizen? The banks jacked everybody's interest rate up through the roof. Like now, you can't get a credit card, at a decent interest rate. Now, so basically, if you have a credit card now, and this would be my advice to anybody, okay? Like I just, I'll give you a great example. I got my hot water on demand unit that I got for my bathroom that basically gives me hot water throughout the house, right? I keep looking at this camera too, and I'm so used to looking at that one. I'm sorry. So I got 5% off if I put it on a Lowe's card. So I went ahead and applied for a Lowe's card, got my Lowe's card. I put it on there, got my 5% off. When that bill came in, I went in and paid completely the whole thing. All right. I just went if you guys have been watching, recently bought a little giant ladder. Cost $300, just so you know. I mean, those things are not cheap. It's a very high quality ladder. It's going to last forever and ever, and so that's why I bought it. I wanted to make sure I had something that was quality, something that was going to last. Okay. So anyway, so that's why I bought that ladder. And with buying that ladder, I put it on the card. When that bill comes in, I will go down to Lowe's and I will pay the whole thing off. One shot, done. So I'm using that card is basically a buffer for 30 days to just delay me having to pay it right at the moment, which I could pay it at the moment. But again, because I did it the way that I did it, I got 5% off again. So, why wouldn't you, So I got my mug here. Mountain Girl gave me. I love that mug. That's my Viking mug. So, but it was funny. I got to tell you guys this. So when a honey badger was getting ready to come here, she was like, "I want to braid your beard." Well, then obviously I had the accident with the wood stove, and I had to cut it all down. So she was like, "Well, I guess I don't get to braid your beard." I said, "No, I guess not." Hey, Morgana, even with Trump exposing them, what can we do? Realistically, that's a great question, and thank you very much for that question, and thank you for the donation too. Again, and I've said this before, if we stand up as a people, and I'm not talking going out in the thousands, I'm talking about going out in the hundreds of thousands and the millions, descending on Washington and saying no more. That is the only way that things would change, because if we get down there as a group of people, the whole country, and come together, regardless of religion, I keep looking at this camera. I'm so used to looking at that camera. Again, I apologize. But looking, as a group of people, regardless of religion, regardless of race, regardless of sexual orientation, whatever the case may be, if we worked together, there is no stopping us. None whatsoever. That's the fact. Okay. So that's how we could do something about it, even though we know what they're doing. Like if they come up, like, okay, so obviously it looks like Biden is going to be the winner because of the fraudulent activity. He's going to be the winner. So, we'll see how it plays out in the courts, and we'll have to deal with all that. But so let's say they run through the whole court system, Biden ends up being the president, and then we move forward. If they come up with some kind of thing that we, the people, don't like, okay? If they come up, let's say they came, look, I mean, you could use gun control, okay? If we said, no, we're not accepting that, and we in mass descended on Washington as a group of Americans and said, no, this is not acceptable, they would back down. They'll back off. And that, you look what's happened in France. They were going to do that gas tax, if you guys remember. And the French people, the yellow vest protest, they were like, no, we're not dealing. You've taken enough. Again, that's what, and they backpedaled and they stopped that gas tax. But then the people were like, well, now we want more. So, but again, people, you can only push somebody so far before people have a breaking point. And so if you can get to that where you can deal with that and say, no, we're not doing it anymore, then you can move forward and work together. That's the key, working together. Hey, nose picking, nice camera sarcasm. Can you say letterbox 16.9 video formula? Here's $5 stores. Well, I actually have. I'll show you guys. I have this awesome camera. This is what I normally use, and I don't know why this one did not connect for this stream. I have no idea. So it's using my laptop camera. So that's why I keep looking here at this camera when I need to be looking at this one. So that's why the picture quality is garbage. But thank you very much for reminding me what a horrible picture this is going to be. What are you going to do? But yeah, Biden did. It's Biden's fault. But again, like I said, guys, if we work together, if we stick together as Americans, they have to do what we tell them. That's what I think a lot of people forget. They work for us. Okay. They may be Oh, Trump is leading now in Arizona. Well, that's good. They'll maybe. And here's what I thought was funny. I want you guys to think about this and tell me if you saw this as well, or if it's just me imagining it. Okay. So I'm watching the whole election thing, and so you had different states. The votes were in a certain percentage. Oh, that one's Biden's. But if it was a Trump state that was going to be going for Trump, like South Carolina, Indiana was another great example. They waited till the last dog was hung before they said, okay, yes, he won that state. So if we don't lose the feed tonight, we'll know it's been your camera. No, because I've actually gotten through plenty of streams with the other camera. So I don't believe, like I said, that would be the case of what it was. I don't know what the issue was, why it's not working tonight. But, but again, I didn't imagine it. Okay. So again, and, all of a sudden, again, like I said, when you look at the whole situation and then, at midnight, 1 a.m, Trump is leading, and he was leading in all these different states except for a couple. And, then all of a sudden, we're going to stop. Everybody's going to go to bed and we'll pick it up in the morning. And then all of a sudden now all these supposed votes come in for Biden. There was one case, and I can't remember what state it was, 120,000 votes came in. Hey, Kim2, voters in Colorado seem to have passed an initiative that future presidential elections that our electoral college votes will go to the national. Oh, hold on a second. Will go to the national popular vote winner regardless of how the state votes. Oh, that's not cool. That's not how it's designed to be. That's not good at all. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for that information. That's not good. 4 more states too, guys, just so you know. I keep looking at this camera. 4 more states, just so you know, legalized recreational marijuana. And I think that, was it Mississippi passed medical marijuana. So it will be no time at all before this whole country has legalized marijuana. Hey, Monique. Yep. Thank you very much for the donation. Thank you very much. But like I said, guys, moving forward, we're going to have some very interesting times moving forward. Guys, we're up to 1,500 people in the chat. We're at 601 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you again if you would do that to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that if you would do that. Again, also, it really does help with the algorithm, so the more interaction that we have, the higher up in the rankings we go. So I thank you for that reason as well. And also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I'm not going to lie, that's another reason. I like to see a lot of, interaction with you guys. I think that's awesome when we do that. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe really quickly also, and make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. So really quickly, I want to talk business for a moment, and then we'll go back and we can talk about this some more, and I'm going to try to get to more of your guys' questions. And, oh, yes, I saw that too. Coke and other hard drugs are now legal in Oregon. Isn't that wonderful? Walk around with your little baggie of heroin and crack cocaine and methamphetamines. That's nuts. Because I'm going to tell you what. So before I get into, I want to talk about my website in a minute. But before I get into, I want to talk about this really quickly, okay? If you smoke pot, I don't care if you smoke pot, knock yourself out, have a good time, enjoy yourself, do whatever you got to do. But nobody ever once that I know of in my lifetime, and I partied plenty when I was younger, got stoned, said, hey, let me get my gun and go shoot up the town. Nobody ever got stoned and said, hey, I'm going to beat the crap out of my wife now because I'm so high. It doesn't happen, okay? But crack cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, those stuff will make you crazy. Paranoid, crazy. I mean, not good. Not good. So I think that is I know it's like $100 fine now in Oregon. They passed that. They're destroying themselves. This is what they're doing. They're destroying themselves. And that's an issue. Okay? That is an issue. So, yep, that's how it starts. I'm going to tell you what, guys, and I've said this before. I'm going to say this really quickly. We are the modern day Rome. And how did Rome destroy itself? It crumbled from within. And I keep looking at that camera. Rome crumbled from within. That is what you are witnessing right now with the United States. We are crumbling from within. We're destroying ourselves. And it's the government that perpetuates the whole thing. It really is. So stay on point, right? Exactly. Anyway, all right. So my website, preppernurse1.com. Right now, I am still doing the Legacy freeze-dried food sale. That will be continuing through on Sunday, okay? And that'll be over with Sunday at midnight, West Coast time. So you want to save 20% off your freeze-dried food purchase, come to my website, preppernurse1.com, click on store. It'll drop down. It'll say Legacy Foods. What they have available is there. They are getting orders out really, really quickly, okay? So they're 5 to 7 days ship time now. So once I put the order in, it's going out rather quickly. So people are getting their stuff really, really fast. Okay. So definitely take advantage of that. Again, largest portion size of any of the freeze-dried food companies. It is also GMO free. It's made in the United States. 25-year shelf life. It's a great thing to have as part of your preps. Now with, I won't forget JDEGA. Don't worry. I will talk about them as well. But don't forget, it's a really good thing to have in your preps. And with looking like Biden being the winner, I think it's going to get even crazier. And he hasn't got a clue what to do. He's been in politics 47 years and has accomplished nothing. So we're in trouble. That's my opinion. We're in big trouble. Okay. So anyway, and actually within a year, he won't even be there. It'll be Harris. Harris will be the president within inside of a year. Again, it's another prediction. Take that for what it is worth. Also, we have jdega.com on my website, which is a CBD and hemp store. If you decide to go, you can the link is below. You'll see it below, jdega.com. You can go that way, or if you go on my website, you'll see the icon go by. And if you click on that, again, at preppernurse1.com, it will take you to their store. Once you get to their store, and if you decide to make a purchase, when you're checking out, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, not ONE. If you do that, you'll save yourself 15% on your purchase. So definitely take advantage of that as well, okay? Again, CBD products, a lot of uses. I've gone over them many, many times. Everything from helping your animals to helping with pain, anxiety, GERD, digestive issues, sleep issues. There's all kinds of things that it helps with. So definitely take advantage of that, okay? And make sure you save yourself that 15%, okay? Also, you heard that Oregon is decriminalizing the use of heroin, LSD. Yeah, we just talked about that. So also on my website, we have the Prepper Nurse One community. Okay, it is a great place to connect with like-minded people. We set it up for you guys to do that. So definitely go there, check that out. You do have to register. It is totally free. It does not cost anything. Definitely take advantage of that. Okay, so thank you for doing that as well. And so that is with the website. I'm also on social media, Instagram, and also on Twitter. Now, I haven't tweeted in 2 days, and I haven't done an Instagram picture in a couple days either. So I do apologize for that. I was busy today. I was entertaining. I had, like I said, Honey Badger 101 was here. I would ask you guys to go over there, show her some love, and show her some support. She's got about 7,000 subscribers on her channel. Real nice girl, working very, very hard. Anybody that knows about truck driving, it is a very thankless job. It is a very long job. You're on the road a lot, and she does long distance hauls. I mean, she had just come from, I think she was up in Oregon, and drove from Oregon to here. And from here, she left this afternoon, and she's driving to Maine, I believe, is where she's going to end up. She's got a load she's got to drop off tomorrow. But yeah, that's a tough job. 40,000 votes just found in Detroit. Wasn't that nice?